I have received a very great package from Severin Films in the mail, and the reviews will be primarily probably this time on zombiesdon'trun.wordpress.com. Trying to get the URL back. I kind of let it overlap, so hoping I can get it back. But you can get them there. Besides that, we're going to do this little video and show you what I got, and we're going to unbox them. Because at the time of this video, I haven't got to watch a lot of them. We'll start off with this really cool box set called Exorcismo, or Exorcismo. I believe that's how you pronounce that. Really cool cover here. You'll see it's got a booklet, and it's got like a book that has, like, I think it's 10 like possession type movies on there. Primarily the documentary Exorcismo, I think, is like the main selling point of this. We will unbox this here in a second. I'll show you what's inside it. Can't show you a lot of what's inside it because there's a lot of nudity, and you know how that goes on this channel. So yeah, we'll get to that. This is it says 4K, but I think primarily most things are in Blu-ray. It's the Christopher Lee box set. Apparently it's the third box set they've done. We'll also unbox this thing for you, but when you open it up, you'll see all the disc and a booklet there. We'll get to those in a minute, but you never can go wrong with more Christopher Lee stuff. I believe this might have been a Black Friday title. Some of these were Black Friday titles that are getting shipped out. Here we have, I did get to see this one, Retribution, which I heard a lot of good things about Retribution. This is the one that comes with a very cool slipcover, as you can see there. Multiple discs in this thing, but yeah, really cool. As the dog won't shut up, but we'll get into this one too, and we'll actually talk more about it because I watched it. I always got a dog barking. The Ghost, which has got Barbara Steele in it. It is a like 4-disc set. That's what it looks like if you ain't got this version. We'll get into that. Anything with Barbara Steele, and it's very gothic, is always a good thing in my opinion. And the last one, the one that probably was my least on the looking forward to category, it's looking Italian, but the thing about this is it's the same director as Retribution, so after seeing Retribution, I have some high hopes for it. That being said, let's switch over now. Let's unbox these and you take a closer look at the inside of them. So nice of the fine folks over at Severin to put these stars on the chesticles of this girl here for the Exorcismo. Define a dictator and raising hell in post-Franco Spain. Have to definitely walk the fine line with showing you this one because there are so many boobs in the booklet that I could never pass the rules and regulations of YouTube to try to show you that. Like I said before, it's a box set, which this was probably about all I could show you right here. It's a box set. It's got like 10 movies in it. Let me check what this has got before I show you any of it. Okay, the book, we can't flip through the pages, but it's a thick book. Got a lot of stuff there. It's a documentary, and then it's got like 10 movies, I believe it is, on Blu-ray inside of this. No, that's a little blurred out, so yeah, I definitely can't flip it, but you get the gist of what's on this. So yeah, if you want to check this one out, I say check the documentary out because the documentary is probably going to be pretty solid. And then when you get curious about the movies it's talking about, you've got a hunk of them here. And the good thing about a release like this is you're probably going to find some gems that you have never heard of before, and that's never a bad thing. Continuing with the box sets of stuff that I've never seen, it's the Euro Crypt Christopher Lee collection number 3, apparently. There is what you're going to get on here, but we're going to open it up and look at it anyway. 7-disc book, 1 UHD, 6 Blu-rays. So I guess even though it's advertised as being a UHD, it's primarily a Blu-ray set, but that's fine. Pop the big old top off there, you see that, and you get these movies here. You get Beat Girl, and here's what you get on the back about that. It is a North American premiere, apparently. There's your extras you get on that. Crack her open, and that's the disc. Then we move on to the Hands of Orlac. Hop to the back of that. Looks like another black and white gem there. Pop this one open. That's what you get. Still in the old Blu-ray category here. Now we got the UHD It is The Virgin of Nuremberg, starring Christopher Lee. Very mixed box set if you think about the stuff you actually get on this, because you have something here. Look at this. Look at that. Okay, you get that. This thing here is called The Virgin of Nuremberg, and you're going from that to what I believe is 2 Severin Kids releases in Arabian Adventure. And yeah, it's Severin Kids. So you're getting some very adult films here and then some very kid-like films here. So there's that one. And then there is the lovely A Feast at Midnight, which is also Severin Kids. So yeah, lots of North American premieres too. So if you want your horror, you want your sleaze, you get it. But if you want a little something kid-friendly every now and then, you get that as well. Last but not least, it is The Life and Death of Christopher Lee. I'm assuming we're dealing with the documentary here, which is 3 hours of extras. So this set altogether can take up a good hunk of your life and time. So if you're into Christopher Lee, and really who isn't, get the booklet here, I would say it's definitely worth a pickup. Apparently, I'm behind on things because this says it is number 3. So apparently, somewhere along the way, I have missed out on the Christopher Lee goodness from Severin, but maybe I can make up for it now with all the stuff you see here. So yeah, Christopher Lee, he's a legend. He's great. And hopefully some of these movies are great because it's going to take a long time to watch all of them. Next up, we have The Ghost. This is the 4-disc collector's edition. I believe this was the Black Friday title. Now, I'm watching this tonight, so by the time this video goes up, the written review will probably be on the website if you want to check it out. This stars Barbara Steele. Who doesn't love Barbara Steele? I know Severin does, because hell, is she not the logo here? That being said, let's slide out of this thick slipcase here and we'll get down to the actual release. This is what you got here. And yes, if I hadn't already mentioned it, it's starring Barbara Steele. It's called The Ghost. It's from, I believe, the 60s. 4-disc limited edition set. 4 hours of special features. You get a UHD, you get a Blu-ray, you get a disc with a documentary, and you get a CD disc with a compilation of music. So yeah, lots of interesting diddles here. That's a list of what is in the music portion of it. There's your 4K disc. There's your Blu-ray. There's your documentary. And back here, struggling, but back here would be somewhere would be the CD, which I think is, why is this not flipping? Oh, there it is. Musica di Masi, which I'm guessing means music of the movie. Probably nowhere near that, but yeah, if you love gothic horror, and who don't, and if you like Barbara Steele, and again I must ask, who don't, you'll want to check this out from the fine folks at Severin. You can get it with the slipcase, or you can just get, I think, a standard version of just the movie. But if you're going to go in, you might as well go all in, and don't do no holes. Just give them don't do no halves. Just give them the holes, I should say, and get The Ghost. Last couple of movies we'll talk about here has the same director, a director that goes by the name of Guy Magar. I think's his name. Is it Magar or Magar or some shit like that? Retribution. 1987, I believe it is. It's like, hey, slashers are booming, but instead of just making a straight up slasher, why don't we add a little paranormal to it, and it becomes a paranormal slasher where you have this really weird fella. That's a great performance by the actor, although his name just skipped my mind right now. But you have this weird looking fella, and like, he's a starving artist, I guess. He's a very depressed artist. So at the start of the movie, he hops off a building trying to off himself. Just so happens he does it at the same time that like a gangster is executed by people. And he gets possessed by the gangster. So from that point on, he gets out of the rehabilitation center, and the gangster takes over his body, and he goes on a killing spree of killing the people responsible for that. And then, of course, it gets in the way of his own life. And I would say that is definitely true, with it being absolutely batshit crazy. Wonderful slipcover for this. Like, this is worth the price of whatever they're charging alone. This is another Black Friday title. pick that up with the slipcover. Do yourself a favor. Here is what you got here. That is his psychiatrist there that he is pretty fond of. It's 4K. Looks amazing. Looks better than it has any right whatsoever on this earth to look. Can't hate on that at all. There's two versions. There's like an R-rated version and an unrated version. I only watched the unrated version on the UHD. There's a bunch of interviews and stuff, which is good to watch because maybe you can try to figure out why they did what they did with this thing and why it is as weird as it gets. Here is the disc. Apparently this was released by somebody at some point. I think it was a Code Red DVD back in the day. And I heard people saying this thing was good because it was worth double dipping because they had double dipped. We'll just leave that right there. And I would agree. It is insane. It's not a all-out gore fest, although there is blood in it. And some of it does look very good. But I think really just the odd and weirdness of it is probably the selling point of it. That and how good this looks and how good the transfer looks. And since that's a solid probably 3 out of 5, the guy also directed Looking Italian, which I think is more of a drama. Don't really expect it to be as insane as that other movie, Redemption, is. But I'll at least give it a watch considering the fact of how interesting this thing was. So yeah, all in all, that's what I got from Severin. Check the website for written reviews. And tell me if you're picking any of this stuff up or if you've already got it.